ladies and gentlemen, to the Belgium Grand Prix Round 13 Season 2 of My Career Mode. If you're new to the channel, then please subscribe, leave this video a like, that would be more than appreciated. But let's now get into the career mode. And there has been some big changes to the grid. With Verstappen now back in Formula 1, he has moved to Ferrari, knocking out Vettel, but not completely out of Formula 1, but to Alfa Romeo to partner Carlos Sainz in the second quickest car, or I think the quickest car possibly, at Alfa Romeo. So Carlos Sainz and Vettel at Alfa Romeo, and Verstappen and Leclerc is at Ferrari. But the biggest loser in all of this is Charles Leclerc himself, funny enough, because obviously Vettel, he goes to Alfa Romeo, so he no longer has that Ferrari pressured environment. But not only that, he, as now reigning champion, has a faster car than his championship rival Charles Leclerc. Obviously, as you can see, Alfa Romeo are the top team, so obviously that's a benefit for Vettel, who's quite far away behind in the championship. But also Verstappen is a very good teammate, and will no doubt be certainly a credible challenger for Leclerc, and could now start taking points away from Leclerc if that happens. So if that happens, then Ferrari may have just done themselves over. So really the big winner in all this is Vettel and Verstappen. The big loser is Charles Leclerc himself, as he's now got effectively one of his main championship rivals in a quicker car, and a very, very young, fast, hungry teammate, roughly capable of delivering similar results to what Leclerc is. But we'll still see. Obviously, we're not too sure what will happen, obviously, but obviously Verstappen is now dressed in red, of course. So obviously that's nice to see. So let's get away with Q1. Let's get that under and going.
Checks complete.
Let's go straight out, of course. And obviously, let's go, obviously, and let's try and hopefully get pole position at a circuit I do love. I do love Belgium. It's one of my more favourite circuits. I think it's one of the best circuits on the grid, on the calendar, overall. And yeah, there's no doubt about it in my mind that this circuit, this track, the Belgium Spa-Francorchamps, is one of the best circuits on the grid and on the calendar overall. So yeah, you really do have to be a good driver to get a good result here. So it is a circuit that hopefully we can pull from. But down obviously the Kemmel Straight now, and through probably my favourite sequence of corners on the track, that sequence is. However, I do love other corners. I don't mind this corner, it's quite nice, and it's a real mixture of this circuit. Obviously it will suit, I think, Ferrari. Ferrari should be pretty strong, and Mercedes should, in terms of from the engine side. But let's not rule out Alfa or Haas today. But first qualifying for, obviously, Max Verstappen since his return from Formula 1. There's no more Raikkonen no longer in this career mode, yet in the, championship. How long will he be away? I don't think we should see any more transfers now till end of season. I wouldn't have suspected, but nonetheless. So we're getting quite a lot of transfers, I've noticed, which is nice to see. Maybe one too many for my liking, in all fairness. But yeah, very interesting to see Vettel going the same way as Raikkonen when he ended his career. So here we go then. Up into turn 1. Taking a nice tight line. Obviously, first part of qualifying, just about getting through. There's no need to risk the lap. It's just about braking in the right places and doing the lap as cleanly as possible, really, and letting the car really do its work, really. That's what I would have to say, as we now plough down the Kemmel Straight here in the Red Bull. Then braking a little bit too late, and that lost us bare time there. Bare time. I'm going to do that again. I don't really want to waste 2 sets of tyres. I know I shouldn't be doing this in Q1, but I know we got the pace. There we go, that's a better line. Now down the hill. Now it's downhill literally now all the way to the end of this like corner here. So next one coming up, then we sort of rise a little bit back up. Now this circuit is a roller coaster circuit. That's, I think, the best way I could describe it. Like every single lap is different here, and is just one of them circuits where anything, literally anything can happen. It's just one of them circuits where literally anything can happen. But we're really strong in the middle sector, I've noticed, this weekend. We're not so strong in the first two. So Perez does fastest lap in the Haas with a 1:44.6. We're gonna go just a little bit quicker with a 1:44.631. So only a little bit Verstappen a little bit down, but obviously I still feel there's more time to come still from the car. So Verstappen in the Ferrari then, he's just behind us on track right now, down in the Ferrari, not quite matching the same lap time as what we done, but we're all pretty close to them there, which is good to see. So it's not like we've run away with that lap. We're just gonna see Verstappen now go past in the Ferrari. There he is. So there's Verstappen in the Ferrari car. So my teammate, not sure whether he's on a push lap or not. I think he is. Vettel does a 1:43, so Vettel, the championship challenger to Leclerc right now, is on pole for his first race at Alfa Romeo Racing. So obviously brilliant pole position then, but obviously it's only Q1, so he can't score pole yet, but he's just done the fastest lap time as we just take an early spin into the gravel track, and we'll just pirouette round, and yeah, gotta get out of the way for the two Renaults.
Rain in around 10 to 15 minutes.
So rain in 10 to 15 minutes I've just been told. So that certainly could affect the session and qualifying, but we'll have to wait and see. It was actually meant to be a dry quali, so potential chance of rain now. So we didn't hold up Renaults there, either one of them. So yeah, that's okay. And we now wait to be pushed back in the garage. But Vettel done the fastest lap, so 0.3 quicker than me he is roughly. As we now will wait, we'll be pushed back into our garage. Effectively, like, I don't think have to go out again, but Vettel on pole for now in the Alfa Romeo, so yeah, good to see he's up there. Gasly couldn't have been on a push lap because he's back in the garage. I think Gasly tried to qualify on the medium. Whether or not he got through, I'm not sure. Like, we're trying the medium certainly for Q2, so that could be a good indication on whether or not we have a chance of going through on that medium tyre. But right now, obviously, rain is expected. He actually didn't do a bad time, actually. Only a few tenths off me, so he should be there or thereabouts by the time we get to certainly the final part of qualifying, because that's when field should certainly close up. But right now, it's at Alfa Romeo 1-2 in this session, obviously. So this is only Q1, so technically no grid slots are decided. Only the top 15 cars go through, so my teammate did go through then there in the end on the medium tyre, so a faster lap time. But obviously that's who's through to Q1. Out of Q1 though, we'll have a quick look at that. So no surprises there. The two Toro Rossos, the two McLarens, and the one Lance Stroll. Pretty typical elimination then there, so nothing too, how can you put it, nothing drastic then there, overall. So yeah, you know, obviously that's then that done. So it is raining now, quite hard. However, it's meant to dry up at the end of the session. So yeah, we're going to go out on the inters, get in a lap, we'll see what we do. If we need to go out at the end, we will. I may now divert strategy to the soft, just for security reasons, as you guys could maybe hopefully understand, because I don't want to risk being knocked out, but we'll decide that with, depending on whether or not we can get in a second lap, that will be decided in due course. But I think we will divert the strategy if it's dry, because we want to be on the best tyre at the right time now. So it's sort of a bit different, you know, compared to Q1 now. It's no longer that Q1 session. We're now entering a different phase of the qualifying, where we need to be on the right tyre at the right time, rather than the wrong tyre, because we don't want to be on the wrong tyre. Now, one thing that is now taking effect, there will be no DRS, drag reduction, anymore. Certainly not now, as the track is now what is deemed to be wet, or too wet for the use of drag reduction. So, obviously, that certainly could see things close up. Now, a good lap time, I'm going to say, will be a 55 in these conditions. Maybe a 50. Maybe a 50. Certainly, it's going to be close to the dry point. Like, it certainly is it ain't too wet. It's just damp. I would say moist is the way to describe the weather right now. That was actually a very good middle sector, that was. So this now may see the track come towards us a little bit more, this weather, because you've got to be a bit more, or have a car that's a bit maybe more reactive in the wet weather, rain. And my teammate's still in the pit, so teammate hasn't come out yet. So here we go for our lap of Spa-Francorchamps in the wet. So turn one, bit wide, bit deep, but that won't matter too much. Through there, so long we have a good lap, that's what counts. So obviously not going full throttle up the hill, I wouldn't trust in these conditions, but now we can plough our way down the straight and let the car do its work in a straight line. Down the hill now, so this is where we need to be fast, taking a bit of a wider line through there now, obviously in wet conditions. Not quite using the curb, of course, don't want to. I don't feel it's the quickest way in wet weather. I'll only use curb very minimal, almost losing the car. We now enter this middle sector feel like the lap is certainly better than the car, or one of the cars in front of the Williams, 100%. Flat out there, easy. So 56, so yeah, my prediction's right. 55 would be a good lap time now in these conditions. So we also go 56, 3/10 off of Valtteri Bottas. So
dry track soon. Back
yeah,
to dry shortly.
So quite interesting. My teammate's still in the garage. Clearly, he's not felt the need to come out, which is fair enough. Like, he don't have to come out, obviously, in these conditions. Like, technically, he isn't required to. Like, it is going to dry up, so I guess, you know, the drier the track gets, the faster the track will get. Eventually, he can come out on the soft anyway, and go for a lap. That should get him safely through. Because, yeah, I just wanted to come out, get a bit of wet weather driving in. So 55.9, so that's a second quicker than my time. So Leclerc flying in the wet conditions. I wonder what Verstappen can do, because obviously he's also on a drying track. Track does feel also better, I must say. Even though, like, we're on an in lap, does feel like I feel that the track is better. Bit of understeer there. Yeah, the track is certainly better, because I can tell we're gaining time, just a little bit of everywhere. So, yeah, the track will be soon back to dry, and I don't think there's any more rain expected for the rest of this session after that. So, there shouldn't be. So, we're still safely through, by the looks of it. Like, we're still got a car good enough to go through to the next part anyway. My teammate's now out. I wonder what tyre he's gone on. I wonder if he's gone on DRS enabled, so I'm going to say he's gone on the soft. Obviously, it wouldn't make sense, you know, not to go on the soft. But will he have time to commit to also 2 laps? That's what I'm wondering now. Would he have the time, like, because obviously, it's all great he's going on the soft, but does he have time to commit to a second lap? Because I don't think the first lap, obviously, the better, or the drier the circuit becomes, obviously, then the better chance of going through you stand. We've broken our front wing, hopefully the team will repair it. So, obviously, we can go back onto the dry tyre now. We no longer have to fear. We've got 7 minutes remaining. So, obviously, Gasly's out there. I'm not sure what tyre Gasly's on, to be exact. So, Gasly's first sector's pretty good, pretty decent. Not fastest, though. We've done the fastest middle, by the way, which is interesting.
Okay, some quick lap times are now being posted. It's getting faster out there.
So, yeah, it is getting faster. You can certainly tell that. But Charles Leclerc ahead of Verstappen in the wet weather. Okay, that's interesting, has to be said. Where's my teammate? Gonna ride on board with teammate. See where he is at. He's on the dry, so he should, in theory, this should be enough. Maybe not for him to go through, but should be enough certainly for him to set an okay lap time. Let's see, let's stay with him on board. What can Gasly do? So he's done certainly a very good middle sector. Okay, first sector, not too far better, but it would be good enough certainly to, I would say, move certainly somewhere up the grid, certainly into the top 2. This should be, if not first. So here we go then. We're going to find out what the first lap time on dry tyres is going to be. It's going to be some way still down on the Q1 times, but it is going to be enough for pole position in Q2, or provisional pole anyway. So many congrats to my teammate, first place in there. Did he beat Hamilton? Let's see, because I'm not sure. Did Hamilton? commit to a lap? No, he didn't. So Hamilton didn't commit to a lap. Actually, yes, he did, sorry, but on inters. So, right, we're now going to go out somewhat in a moment's time, probably now.
Our best lap so far is a 1:56.9.
So here we go then. So the track is now completely dry. It shouldn't rain anymore in the session. So now the times, I'm not sure whether they'll be still Q1 lap times or be able to beat Q1 times, but I think we'll come fairly close. The track's no longer wet. It's basically as dry as it was before. But oh no, what on earth's gone on? We've got to commit anyway. For frick's sake. I've put on the wrong set of tyres. We've got to commit now. So, these tyres are going to be warm. We're going to have to do certainly a different strategy. Oh, that's annoying. So we're sort of committed already to a different strategy. I'm going to have to pit earlier than maybe others around us, which is a shame. And that's if the tyres will last a lap. I don't know whether they do have a lap in them. Oh, I don't know. This is horrible. I'm in a position where I'm in one of the fastest cars, yet we're out on the wrong tyre. But I guess one advantage to them is warm. Maybe that will help get up to grip easy. I'm not sure. We'll soon find out anyway. Just had a clutter with the wall. Balls. We'll restart. Alright, here we go then. On a lap of the Spa-Francorchamps circuit again. Turn 1. Let's try and nail it. Same the dry, that's good.
The rain is a few laps out yet, but it is coming. Be careful.
Rain? Not again, mate. Not again. No more rain, please. No more. So, first sector. Butler, 44. So not fastest first sector, but it was okay, that first sector. So we need to find roughly 12 seconds, if I'm right. They found so far 9 of them 12 seconds, and that's the fastest
Don't get it to 10th
middle
higher,
sector.
we won't progress to the shootout. Give it your best shot.
So I'd say the final seconds are in the final corner, or 2 corners. Just under braking, turning and all that, and traction, of course. There you go, 12 seconds, and that's a decent lap, good enough to go through. Then should be 4th then, but we're starting on worn tyres, so that's the news here. Everyone around us will have certainly fresher tyre, but yeah, P4, we're more or less on a par with our teammate. Verstappen though, in 2nd then there, so That's interesting, and Weber first, but we're on a worn tyre. Out in Q2, any big surprises? Yes, there is. Vettel and Sainz knocked out in Q2. So, I was saying that, you know, Leclerc is the biggest loser from everything, but his rival is out in Q2. That's the story as well. So, yeah, the story going through to Q3 is that we're on worn tyres. The story, you know, is also that Vettel's out now, again, of the session. So, yeah, very, very interesting. Now, rain was meant to be inbound and imminent. So that was what was told, and it is indeed. So we're back on the Inters then. Again, wow, what a session this is turning out to be. Not for one moment has there been anything. So, yeah, obviously we're back on Inters. The circuit's wet again, as it was in Q2, or at the start of Q2. And I don't think it will dry up this time. So, very mixed conditions here. Again, obviously, unlike Q1, we're going to have to go out on these tyres. And yeah, it's just been such an odd session today. You know, you just really can't predict which way the weather's going. 1 minute it's going, you know, great. The next moment, it's not in our favour. And it's been terrible weather. Like, yeah, the weather really is not great. It's really been something else today. That is the story then here. Oh dear, that's not good. We did the same mistake on last year's game. This is well showing good. But I will say one thing, you do have more grip in the wet now. I find, anyway. I find it easier to drive this year's game in the wet than last year's. That's my opinion. So, obviously, we're really quick in the middle sector so far we've been. We've just not been quite there in the first or last sector where a engine's required. So here we go then. So wet weather qualifying, final part of qualifying this is. Rear sort of just sliding a little bit, affecting our traction off the corner. I didn't really lift there that time, which is good. Shows we had confidence in the car. Now this is where we've been strong, this middle sector where all the corners are. We've been the quickest car, I think, all weekend really. Down the hill, feel like the sector's coming along. Been so far so good. Car just wanting to get away there, but able to control it, which is good, and just gone purple in that middle sector. once again, so that's very, very good. So Verstappen 56.1. What are we doing? Gasly 55.8. As we sort of very cautiously go around the final corner, we go into the 55.7s. Brilliant. So we beat Gasly to pole then. And this is provisional pole now, so obviously that is technically official pole, because obviously this session does count for us. So the grids will be decided now in this session, as we now make our way back to the pits. So yeah, we're on pole, which is good. Track obviously ain't really getting drier.
Heavy rain will be staying with us for a while now, at least
And
a 20
we're
minute
now
window of heavy rain.
into heavy rain, so we may have just secured pole here if it's not going to ease down and if the track's going to get wetter. So I think we may have just done it for the third time in our career and our third Red Bull pole. If we have that, would be simply amazing.
There's only one lap of fuel remaining.
Perez now moves into third. So obviously track will now get wetter when we all go back into the garage, and that may be the end then of this session when we think of it, because if it's going to just get wetter and no one really going to be able to dry, I don't think anyone would be able to beat on a full wet tyre and a full wet track our lap time. It'd seem a bit weird if they did. But I don't think they will. So I think we should be safe here, as we'll wait for Gasly to be rolled back in, but then we'll be rolled back in ASAP as well. So obviously we're now going to be rolled back into our garage, and the circuit is getting certainly wetter by the looks of it. Rain is coming down quite now heavy compared to where it was at the start of the session. So yeah, we did fastest lap then there. Obviously circuit's only going to get wetter and wetter now as everyone heads back into the garage. I will prepare to go out, but I don't think there'll be any need if it's going to stay like this. Like, Indo, I don't think we got any also fresh sets of tyres either, which is a shame. So in fact the freshest set of tyres we've got is the tyres I've just went out on, so I think that is then the end of the session. It's got to be. Like, I don't really see many others doing faster, and it all came down really to having a okay first sector, a okay, well, really good middle sector, and an okay final sector. It really came down just to that, very, very small margins then, and I don't think anyone's going to be able to beat that. I'm not sure. I just don't think they will. Like, I doubt it.
And with qualifying complete, let's review our top three today. Gasly, Bottas and Sergio Perez.
Really?
With qualifying complete, all that remains is the main event. We'll be
My
live and
teammate
uninterrupted.
qualifies on pole, yet the circuit was getting wetter and wetter. So, oh, that's a shame, for crying out loud. That really is a great, great shame. So, but otherwise, I've got to be proud for my teammate. P4 still not a bad slot on the grid, but it's my teammate's first Red Bull pole position. So came 5 races after our first pole position. But yeah, teammate nicks pole from me there. In a very mixed conditions. but we are going to have to stop earlier than my teammate because we're sort of on a different strategy now. We're on a certainly different strategy. What are you on about, woman? P4's okay, it's not bad. She's expecting a better session. Really? P4's quite a decent actual position. P4, if you give me P4 on the grid, I'd take it any day. Over P5 or P6.
Before we begin, let's take a quick...
Anyway, so we can now obviously begin this session.
Okay, remember to brake early for
we've been
turn
promoted
1
by the looks
as
of it
the
to P3, so yeah, P3, and my team I think had penalty, must have.
clutch bite is good, gearbox is
So,
responding normally. Make sure to warm up the tyres.
even though we're not on pole, I think we have to be the favourite to win this race. So we're going to be playing lap 4. So, yeah, I do think we got to be the favourite to win today. Like, okay, yes, we're not on pole, but we are in the top 3. We've got the quickest car in the middle sector. And usually in the race, or in races, usually it's the car that is quickest in the middle sector, especially around here, that usually does take the win, I always find. It's not necessarily the car that's quickest on the straight, but you can defend around here. Don't think you can't. And it's not just we've been quicker, we've been like miles quicker than Ferrari, miles quicker than Mercedes. So we've got quite a healthy advantage in this middle sector. And I'm no longer fearing this tyre either. Like, it's probably going to be at 30% wear by the time we start, but that's okay. So it's going to be a dry race. There isn't any fair rain. A few clouds around, but I don't think they'll do any harm. That was quite a mixture of a qualifying in terms of the weather conditions. How it went from dry to rain, then rain to dry, then back to rain. Very, very mixed conditions. And in sessions like that, that's where obviously people get caught out, because it's in sessions like that where it changes so quickly. It's very, very easy just to get caught off guard and, you know, make a mistake, or, you know, be sent out at the wrong time, or not go out. As you saw, we didn't go out for the last part, or for the last laps, and we went from P1 to P4, and somehow my teammate gained 1 whole second on us, which is insane. But yeah, it's like that, you know, where you get caught out. But nonetheless, we're ahead of our teammate. And it's lights out, and away we go then. And Leclerc's made an awesome start, so has Verstappen, but Leclerc made a flyer. We sort of went in very hot there. We've broken a little bit of our front wing, in fact, but not much. We came in very hot there. But we're still all okay, we're all in one piece. Really? I'm restarting, forget that. Right, let's restart. And let's pretend that didn't even happen, that start. What? Wait 1 minute. Sorry about this, ladies and gents. I just want to do something. For crying out loud, really, game? Really? I've just noticed something. On the start, no wonder why we made such a bad start. Where's the gearbox manual? Manual with clutch, I think it is. Because on the start, it's automatic. So, can we assisted start? How can we take that off? apart from exiting it, ain't it? Oh. No wonder why we made such a bad start. I know we don't make great starts anyway, but the reason why we made such a bad start was because it's assisted. Usually I don't have it on assisted, so that really did affect actually. It really holds you, that does. And yeah, that really does hold you. So whatever I did, we weren't getting off the line great. So our start was effectively being controlled by the game. Right, anyway, let's go racing now. Let's forget that. Oh dear, what on... Zeba really cut me off there, and that really didn't help. I'm going to play it back here. Because Zeba really cut me off down into that corner, and yeah, that really didn't help. Anyway, let's focus now for the rest of this race. Let's get into a race rhythm. Let's try and stop making silly errors, which are actually very silly actually. They're just racing errors, like, but really, really stupid ones like that. Let's show our inner champion that we're the man, sort of thing, for Red Bull. And why Red Bull replaced Verstappen. And the Ferrari are
okay. Now stay alert for
literally nowhere. So Bottas really losing time out to Perez here.
We're approaching the pit window. You'll be on the mediums.
So obviously lap 4's our pit window. I actually can't wait for the mediums. So long we keep up in this first stint, I think we're going to be easily able to undercut these two. But that's my opinion anyway. And already Perez going for a move on Bottas. Bottas won't hand up the place easy. And Bottas now loses out to Sergio Perez in the Haas car. We are going to go around the outside, are we? Bottas leaves us the room, but we just don't carry the momentum completely around the outside. But yeah, we almost had it there. And Perez now can run off into the distance then here. Hamilton, by the way, is up into the podium position. Into the top 5 now, in 4th. And Ferrari falling backwards here in this race. So far it's been an okay race, not been great, not been brilliant. Now, Bottas will get DRS, we'll get double DRS effectively, or a double toe.
If you think you can get past, increase ERS deployment to overtake.
Alright now, we just don't have the traction, and that's what I mean, we just don't have the traction on the, so having to brake slightly later. I don't know why we done that for anyway. Oh well. I must say, the braking in this game is sometimes a bit odd. That's one criticism I do have of the game. So now, Perez will try and, Bottas will try and get back. This should be a little bit easier for Bottas actually, I would have thought. The Bottas is, how can you put it? He's got DRS, but I would have thought it should be easier for him. Now we're going to go around the outside again. Second time lucky. not going to hand up the position. Now we've got the position. That was decent, actually. That was a very good overtake. So now, obviously, we've got Perez. Obviously, oh, for crying out loud, really, really, come on, car. I'm having to use flashback way too much. We haven't had a great race, but our pace is good. That's one thing. Our pace has been very good. Like, we weren't making mistakes like that in qualifying, we weren't, but our pace is quite good. Like, that's the only thing, like, I will give myself a compliment about. Now, obviously, Perez just up the road. We will get DRS.
Monitoring somewhere on the ICE. Be aware that we will start to see a loss of power.
So this lap we're pitting now.
We're boxing this lap. Give us the best in lap you can.
So we're looking okay. We will get DRS. Looking okay for speed wise. Now this time no one's really going to be battling with Perez down this straight. We're way too far back, but we should close. So long we close within about a second, 8/10. So it should close in the braking and we'll get a good run. We'll get a good run through the corner.
Increase ERS deployment
That's
to overtake
okay.
mode.
Just nowhere near or near enough to make overtake. But we are closer now to the back of Perez. So in a moment's time we will be on the medium tyre.
Pit now.
How's our fuel? Fuel's good. Right, so we're going to be now going on to the medium tyre from here to the end. And we're on a slight undercut strategy, a bit off coming in, so probably a bit slow on the in lap there. But pit lane time isn't as bad here, but we should...
Release.
Oh, for crying out loud, come on game, really? It just does that. Every now and again it does that, and it really is annoying. It's like a glitch they need to sort out, where you, let's say, don't get held. Like, it's like it holds you for nothing. Really? That time I would say we're at fault, but... Right, let's try one more time. There, that was better.
Exit now.
It really is difficult, that pit lane. Like, in terms of the pit thing, I always find it stupid.
Pit strategy complete. See these tyres through to the end now.
Right, we're on the mediums now. Shouldn't take us long to catch up to Albon, but we're in clean air actually, which is good. So effectively we should have quite easy run here, I would have thought. So long we have a good first and, well, middle sector, where we've been saying fastest, you know. That was okay, it wasn't great. You go down the hill. Open up the car, let the car roll. Down the hill. Downhill. Come on. Really, car? The rear just blooming got away. Yeah. We decided it weren't sticking to the track, and it decided that, you know, it was going elsewhere. But fastest middle sector anyway. Oh well. I feel like this race, it's gone okay. It hasn't been brilliant, hasn't been great. I feel like our pace is worthy of a win, but our driving hasn't been worthy of a win today. If that makes sense. So, like, we've had the pace, that certainly deserves the win, but in terms of driving, no. It's just been average. Alright, how far ahead of Bottas are we? We're about a second, so that's good. That indicates to me we're going to get Perez. Perez has stayed out for 2 laps longer, actually.
Engine is looking a little worn. Power output will be less than optimal.
That's Albon and my former teammate, and Giovinazzi, the Mansory who replaced me, battling. We're going to make it 3 wide, down into the turn. So who broke the latest, and we did. I think we had a little bit of contact with Albon though, tell a lie. Again. Obviously we're not fighting for position, we're not. We're actually fighting... Well, we're not fighting for position, we're just fighting for... with these guys, just to get them out of the way, more or less. Parked my car quite nicely there. I don't know how we didn't make contact with K-Mag. So right, this is moment of truth. Have we done enough to get past? No. For crying out loud, come on. Right, come on Ricciardo. I want Ricciardo to actually overtake here. That'll be a world of treat. Come on, Ricciardo. You can do it. Come on, Ricciardo. Come on, Daniel. Come on. Daniel's alongside. That's great. That is absolutely great stuff. Now that will slow down Viva. And Ricciardo. Come on, car. Alright, don't hold me up, Daniel. Don't hold me up, don't hold me up, don't hold me up, don't hold me up.
Okay, clear.
That was good. There we go. That is the race crop that deserves, I think, to win us this race. Really? Really? So we had a brilliant moment with Daniel there. A brilliant moment, then 30 seconds, well, less than 30 seconds later, we touch the grass. Actually, yeah, we touched the grass there. No, we didn't touch the grass. We may have clipped it. I don't know. Did we? I wouldn't say that's touching. That's not touching grass. That's on the curb. Very close to the grass, yes, and we lose it on the way into the corner. That's, I'd say, realistically, that weren't touching the grass.
Let's turn up the
So Verstappen's out of the race. Either way, he was going to be out anyway.
They're retiring from the race.
He was actually losing, well, he was actually out before that, so The flashback didn't make any difference, by the way. Okay, that time, yeah.
We're adjusting the strap.
That time we did touch the grass. I know about 100%. You can actually see. Or did we? Did we touch the grass? I thought we did. Yeah, we did touch the grass. But we sort of lost it also on the curb. Because this curb, the thing is, the moment you touch it, it sort of spits you off. So you sort of, you don't really want to touch it. You sort of, how can you put it? You skim it, sort of thing, or just avoid it. One or the other. And that time we just touch it too much, and yeah, chucks us around.
Gap to teammate behind is 11.1 seconds.
I may allow Perez to have this one. I feel like we've not been the best. If we do, I'd say the deal is if we do a good move, we'll take it. If we don't do a good move, we won't take the win. I think that's fair. Like, we've been second best today for the most part. We don't deserve it.
There's 4.
Teammate status.
We're leading our teammate by 10.1 seconds. They're
Wow.
on fresh mediums. They're in 9th. The
As I
time
say, the
last
pace
lap was
been
a
okay.
1 minute 48.7.
Well, Sergio's been in a league of his own today.
Okay, battery's looking good. You can use overtake to get past.
So, obviously, been encouraged to use overtake mode. Oh, Perez just doing a faster lap then there. I may try and get a fastest lap.
Okay, you're catching the car ahead, but remember, we need to get to the end of the race on these tyres.
Come on. Oh no, see that's what I mean. It's mistakes like that why I feel like Perez should win this race. Because we've just not been good enough in that type of situation. We've just been making too many of them errors. Unfortunately, and that's the truth of the matter. Like, second best, yes. The best, no. Wow, Perez has gone defensive there. See, again, same mistake. And in fact, if I do overtake, I'm going to give him back the position. Okay? I don't care. Like, I've done too many mistakes now. I don't deserve this race win. Fastest lap, if I can get it, then yes, I deserve that. But race win, no. Sorry to say. That's my opinion on the matter.
Good job. That was the fastest lap of the race so far.
So, obviously, I'm going to accept my fate here, come home P2. Gasly is a prick.
We've only got 2 laps of fuel left.
I'm not going to fight for the win anymore. I'm just going to keep Perez honest, or try to. I feel like 7th place is what we deserve. Keep him honest. Obviously, if he retires, we can't do anything about that. Therefore, we'd inherit the win. But obviously, otherwise, I'm gonna stay behind Perez here and accept the fate of 2nd best today. Championship standing.
As things stand, we'll be 8th in the championship. You've been awarded a time penalty for that last incident.
I'm not even going to challenge that.
This is your final lap of the race.
We're
Gap
quite
to teammate
good.
behind is 12.1 seconds.
Right, we're going to go for it again. Hot lap mode. This time we're going to use a bit of fuel as well. So my teammate knows he won't challenge me. So towards the end of the lap we're going to use our fuel mixture. But we don't want to catch too quick. Not sure whether that will count. Be taken away. And this is where we can use slipstream. Not gonna overtake, but we can use certainly the slipstream. Final line. Did we do it? I think we did. We took the fastest lap.
You did well today. I think the boss will be happy with that one.
Please say we did. That's how you respond to someone nicking your fastest lap.
Today. What a superb victory. Anthony Davidson, what helped them deliver this result, do you think?
I'd say it was down once again to good, consistent driving, nailing the corners, working to the track conditions and perfecting the team's strategies. They got all of these things right today and the results speak for themselves.
So Devon Butler coming home P10 then there. So not a great day in the office for
There
Devon.
aren't many teams, you know, as they come out onto the
But
podium now,
it's
who
Sergio Perez who's won today's race and not a Ferrari in sight.
Amazing victory.
Haas today pick up the, I think, first race win possibly of the season then at the Belgium Grand Prix. Hamilton third, we come home in P2. So it's a good day for the privateer teams, I guess, as well, and for the two work teams of Red Bull and Mercedes. So then there, so okay result then.
This round of the World Championship, here's how things
And
look
yes,
on the drivers' table.
that
That
point
lead at the top
does
of the table is
stand
not
then
someone today.
as
So,
things
Anthony Davidson,
sit.
who would you
we
rank as
take
the
then
driver of the day?
19
Sebastian
points.
Vettel certainly caught
But
my eye during today's
that
race.
was a good
Incredible
race.
driving.
Time
And
to see how things are
after
shaping up
finishing
in the
15th in
Constructors'
qualifying,
Championship. The current
wow,
championship leaders still hold
Vettel
top spot.
finishes
That gap is getting
5th in
smaller.
the race.
And then to another fantastic weekend of racing. Thanks to everyone who joined us.
And
we'll
we
see you
take
for
the
next one.
fastest lap point, of course, then there. Obviously, we do take our 3-second penalty then as well, so yeah, that obviously does affect how long our race time was, but it don't affect the position anyway. But Vettel, P5, so he will gain 10 points on the championship. But Leclerc, absolutely nowhere. Wow, what is going on? What happened there with Ferrari's pace? P4? Jeez, that is slow. What happened? I want to quickly stay with Leclerc, see if there was any issue. So here's Leclerc. Let's see if there was like any issue. Bit of contact made. Oh! He loses a bit of his end plate. Okay, right. But he turned in then there. I'm sorry, but we were alongside. He turned in. I think. That's fair to say. Like, yes, okay, we probably went a bit crazy in that first corner, but he did turn in. Quite harsh, quite aggressive. Weren't leaving much room. So that probably affected his pace, certainly for the most part in first stint. But didn't he get that nose replaced? Because if I was Ferrari, I would replace that wing. Clearly, that's a big bit of fair amount of damage. I can't understand, but didn't they replace it? No, they're leaving him out. Just gonna forward it until we get to his pit stop. He had great pace in a straight line, obviously, as you'd expect from the Ferrari. But don't get me wrong, it don't look like Verstappen was much quicker. Like Verstappen didn't look that great. Okay, yeah, Verstappen does look probably a bit more dicey than what Leclerc did, but don't get me wrong, great. Obviously, with that Red Bull helmet, he breezed past actually Leclerc there. He breezed past Leclerc in a straight line, and Sergio Perez, one of the Force Indios does the same. I think that's not sure who it is, to be precise. But Verstappen certainly, well, Verstappen weren't keeping up much. He was doing probably a bit better of a job, but weren't doing great either himself. But that Ferrari, no, I'm sorry, that Ferrari's got something else wrong. Okay, so battery, is the battery not recharging? I don't know. Something else seems wrong there. It doesn't just seem like, okay, his front wing's damaged, don't get me wrong, but that also seems like saying in a straight line as well. Because if you look at his straight line pace, his straight line pace should actually be better than actually realistically most around him. And look how much time, look, he's doing 196, 199, that's 4 miles per hour difference, even 200 there from the Alpha, 203 from the Williams. That to me indicates some sort of engine issue. So I've got to say there must be an engine issue as well. Okay, yes, he's like that wing, because right, when you lose an end plate, that only affects the downforce. So in fact, okay, that pace I would expect from the Ferrari should be faster in a straight line, not slower. As you can see, he's like a sitting duck in a straight line. He isn't even fighting. That is like a car that is just sitting waiting to be overtaken in a straight line. Because a straight line pace doesn't make sense there, it don't all add up. Yes, okay, cornering pace would, yes, but straight line, no. Just look how easy, even without the DRS, the Williams just able to breeze past the Ferrari almost. To me that says it all. Oh wow! Oh wow, it's about to get a whole lot worse for Leclerc. Sorry, I want to see this. No way. No way. What idiots are they doing? They literally... How did they not pick up damage? They should be out. Now, did Ferrari change Leclerc's front wing? I'm just wondering that. No. So they left him with the same front wing. So yeah, understand he was slaying a straight line. I'm not actually putting it down to anything. But yeah, that's a real shame for Leclerc. So Leclerc's now back to 31 points ahead of his rival Vettel, as both Ferraris lose out today. Not a great return for Max Verstappen. Gasly only picking up a few points, and there we move up to 8th. So we're chasing down now Carlos Sainz and that. And we're pretty soon going to join them for that battle anyway. So we're quite clear ahead of others. Sergio Perez only a few points behind us. But yeah. Constructors, we actually close on Ferrari today quite massively there. So is the Constructors back on? I don't know. Let me know down in the comments what your thoughts are. 104 points. Still a lot. I think we need a few more good races like that. A good more closing of gaps. And we need to really challenge for podiums and consistent race wins. But yeah, that's a third podium now for Red Bull Racing, of course. First, second and third all now done technically. Plus 2 fastest laps for Red Bull now.
It looked like you had a
so yeah,
Do you think
obviously
you were lucky not to end
that's
your
good.
race with that crash?
So obviously
Appreciate your
that's
time.
the end of the comments and all the interviews, of course. So we'll now go on to obviously other interviews. We'll now go into the R&D after that, basically see our R&D sector, see how that's doing. But yeah, certainly for Leclerc, certainly very odd race there, because I wouldn't say he lost all that pace due to just a broken front wing. I think some of it must be yes, okay, like, don't get me wrong, yes, okay, his front wing's damaged, yes, okay, fine, great, but to lose effectively that straight line pace, it doesn't all add up there, in my mind. It wouldn't make sense.
Looks like Lucas also has an upcoming historical event in his
But
calendar.
obviously we're going to now put in a new engine, because we need to. We're going to also try and upgrade the car, if possible. Is there anything that we could upgrade or have enough points? No, it don't look like to be the case. How about over here? Could upgrade that. I think I will upgrade that. Get that on the car. So that should only take a week, so therefore we should get that done. So, right, we'll now move into the next race weekend, of course. And yeah, basically, one thing I need to do is set, obviously, our tyre allocation. Am I happy with that? Yes, I am happy. We need to also set the assists. So, obviously, the start racing assist, where is it? Go back. Here it is. So we want a manual race start, of course, we don't want that. And yeah, so that's that then done, and yeah, that's that. So we'll now, this obviously again will be another one where we'll use the controller instead of the wheel. So next time we're using the, next time out we'll use the wheel. Singapore next time we're using the wheel, then Russia as well. So yeah, you know, obviously, then that's all that for today, so I'll be back tomorrow with another brand new video of F1 2019. See you then for another video of Formula 1 2019 career mode. But before we go quickly, I just want to check any messages and the weather. Ooh, that's going to be interesting. So another mixture session then, but a dry race, which is nice. So yeah, see you next time then for another video of F1 2019. See you next time.